everyone, Thelma here of Seasonal Crafts and Creations. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new. Today I have for you several wood DIYs that we're going to be working on, painting them, and once they're dry, these I'm going to put some little flowers in some. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let me adjust this camera so you can see. Let me make sure. I'm just checking, making sure I can see them in the camera. That means you can. Okay, first we're going to start on these little, it just says decor. They're little pots. You can hang them, or I guess you can lean them up like that. But we're going to paint them. I'm going to see if I can untie this. If not, we'll have to cut them off. But mine's coming out pretty easy. And I'm going to be using white paint first to paint the whole thing. And then we're going to decorate and paint the little truck and the gnome. So let's do, I'm going to do the truck first. And I have several paint brushes out that I'm going to be working with, I should say. Alright, I'm going to use this size brush just to paint the whole thing. Now you can use chalk paint too. So let's just put one good coat on and before we continue. Okay, the reason that I had you all put a coat of white all over on the sides too is because this wood has a tendency to absorb the paint, and with it absorbing that, it won't absorb the colors you use to paint your truck and gnome. So I already have pink, red, black, and burnt umber out. You need a small paintbrush. I'm using one about that one right there. And I'm going to paint the truck part first. Just get you some paint on and dab it. Just take your time. I'm just going around the lights, the wheels, now all that other little trim in there. I'm painting because you can paint over it anyway. But just take your time. Leave where the windows are, don't paint them. And it ain't gonna be perfect if it's your first time, because I'm still, as you can tell, I'm still learning how to do it. So, but as you do it, you'll start getting better. Just slowly put a good little coat on. Just paint out this paint because it's so tiny. And then I'm going to go back over with certain markers and show you how to, like, the handle and stuff like that. How to do it. And you can always touch up if you make a mess like I just did. I'm going to lay that aside. I'm going to get some white out. Just a tad bit down just in case you make more mistakes. It'll be there. I'm getting the same brush I used to paint the white on with. Just dab it because it's just a little. I want to do it like that to make sure it's even. Let's see, where's that right? And then I do this just so it'll stay without drying too much in it until I'm ready to wrench it out. Now I'm going to do the heart in pink. Just remember, take your time. Let me know if you're a beginner painter or a returning painter like me, or if you're more advanced. Okay, I want to paint the wheels black. Okay, do the same for over here. Okay. Now, the light, I'm just going to paint white. And let's see, just look and see. And the stern wheel, I'm going to use, I think I have a thin marker. I'm just going to, just a thin one, use the tip. I'll show you that. That's what it looks like. So we'll set this in aside. Then we'll work on this one. This is the gnome one. Okay, I'm going to paint the hat pink. Just take your time. Okay, the question of the day to have your name added extra if you're already a subscriber or if you just subscribe to my channel for the giveaway contest is, what do you like doing as a hobby in your spare time? Is it coloring books, painting, whatever? And that's the question of the day. So just leave a comment down below, and in it let me know that you subscribed, and I'll check, and then I'll add your name extra into the drawing giveaway. Okay, I'm going to put just a little bit more on this. Now I'm going to paint one of the hearts pink. Now, okay, the big heart here that he's holding, I want to paint it red. Or, let's see, he's got little gloves on. So his outfit, I'm going to paint red with pink gloves and then a red heart. So I'm going to do the red heart first. Okay. Just take your time around the edges. Okay. Okay, that should
How did they lose their
be
sense?
dry. Let me check. Okay, I'm going to put another coat on the heart. Yeah, let me know if you're doing the gnome and the truck of these, how you're doing yours, and what are you going to put in them, you know, in the little opening up here. Okay, I'm going to do this heart red too. Okay, now let me look. Let's do the sleeves red. Be very careful here because of his hair, his beard. I'm going to do this little pants or whatever this is covering his legs up. And the sleeve over here. Now I think I'm going to do the gloves in black, like his shoes. Just make sure you wipe this off because you're working on such a small area. Now, do the little gloves. Okay. These are real easy to do, and I find them relaxing. Let me know what you think. Okay, now I'm going to get some white and mix a little of the pink. And so I don't think I have any off-white or anything. Let me look real fast. I think I might have some ivory. Yes, it's the chalk paint, but it's ivory, and it'll work for the nose. And I'm going to leave the beard white where we painted it to give it that first coat. Just barely go over it. Now, dab it. Go over it again. Now I'm just going to wipe that on there. Now dab it. Get any lines out of it. Put that back on there. Let me put this lid on here because if I don't, I'll forget. And I'm good at bumping and making messes. I'm real good. Okay, this is what mine turned out so far. And let's see, the little truck turned out like that. I'm going to set these aside and let them dry while we work on something else. Okay, these are 4 of the hearts that I previously made and used them in the garland a couple of videos back. I'm going to use the pink and the reds and paint them, and then I'm going to use little stickers and hearts and add to it to show you a nice little arrangement. Dab you some paint on and just, I want to paint 2 pink and 2 red. And I'm just putting a nice thick coat on, that way it just has to dry one time. And this wood absorbs it, so it's best to put a thick coat on. Alright. Okay. Just make sure it's nice and smooth and no lines going through it. Double check that one. just going to get the pink out of this. And the other two I'm painting red. You can paint yours any color you want. Let me know what colors you're going with this year on Valentine's. Is it reds, pinks, or red and pinks? Mine's, well, red and pink with a little bit of other colors, like some blue, light blue, not a lot, just a little, and white, just to balance it out. Let me get this paint up here so it doesn't smear. There. Now I need some more red. I'm using a Hot Rod Red. I forgot to tell you that. And the pink I've been using is fuchsia and jet black, and I have a little bit of burnt umber off on the side just in case. See how smooth this paint goes on? It's real good paint. It comes from Walmart. I think it's called, Apple Barrel. I'm just going to pick that up and move it. Get that paint off. Alright, I'm just going to let these dry, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, while those are drying, you will need 3 of these little boxes. It could have the stars or the plain ones on it, doesn't matter. And what we're going to do is glue them on top of each other. So you will need your glue gun and your glue sticks. Okay, now I have these finger guards too. I got these from the Dollar Tree. They come 3 in a pack for, well, where I'm at still $1 up until March, but for 3 in a pack for $1.25. But anyway, just take your glue and rub it along the edges. Go as fast as you can. And we'll paint these after we get all 3 of them on top of each other. And be fast about it, like I said. Even it up as best as you can. And one of them, take this label off for the top. And I'm not the world's best at applying glue. Just push down. Now you can either leave these the way they are, or get these popsicles. I'm gonna see how long they are. Yeah, you can cut them off and put them on yours. They should cut right off, just like that. So do 6 of them, or well, 8. Okay, once you have all your popsicle sticks, just put glue on both sides of the handle and just cover it right up. Now on this one, you're going to use 2 if you get the star, like I accidentally did. And we're just going to paint right over it, so it's quite alright. Or you can also put them on the inside, like I said, before you glue them down. The boxes on top of each other, I meant. Okay, just flip it. And make sure you put quite a bit of glue on each side, that way when you press down it holds real good. I'm doing this so it looks more solid. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Looks more solid and than having the hose. Okay. Now, let's figure out which is going to be the front, and I'm going to make this the back. I just have some glue here to pull off if it comes down. Now, I'm going to just paint them white. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a bigger brush. Give me 1 second. I'm using one that's this size. And just do nice, even strokes. And make it a thick coat. Whoops. But that's quite alright. You can put it on the top or on the other side. Or it might be just enough for a nice thick coat on here. If you ain't comfortable putting it right on the item, you can always put it on your palette. Yeah, it was just enough to paint this. Now let's do the sides. We want to do just one little section at a time. That way there's no splatter. And I'm doing this way, so it gets up around the popsicle sticks. you get any of your brush, just pick it out. Apparently mine's shedding. And okay, we just painted that one. Best just hold it just like this. I'm going to do the top. Looks like I'm going to have to make a run to the store soon to get more paint. Put some of this over on the side. Just make nice, smooth strokes. And get any if it goes over on the sides. Now, what we're making, I'm making a stack of books. Because I believe the Dollar Tree came out with 3 different types of stacks of books, and I wasn't lucky enough to find any of them. And I went through like 4 different Dollar Trees looking for them and something else, and unfortunately the books I couldn't find. And I just recently found one of the other items that I was looking for, the set, and I finally found it, and it'll be on Monday's haul. I was so happy. So happy. Now, turn that way. I need to get more paint on this. I'm looking to see if I have any more over here, which I do. Just give me a second to shake it up. Apparently I had a new one and didn't realize it. Always shake it up before you use it. Let me know if, after watching this DIY of this, making the books, if you think you're going to make some. Or were you lucky enough and you found yours? Okay, now I'm going to set this aside and let it dry. While I bring back over these hearts. Bear with me one second. I'm just not pausing, just because they're right here. Okay, now the only thing that I'm doing to these is you can buy these flexible bendable stickers, or you could buy the ones that are hard at the Dollar Tree. Hearts. And what I'm going to do is get 4 out. I'm just measuring them up. Figuring out where I'm going to put them. And I need another pink one. Okay, and I'm going to glue these on. Okay. Doesn't need a lot of glue, just a little. Okay, now we're going to get some jute rope. First, put them in here. Now I'm going to tie, let me take these off. I'm going to tie these around the heart. That'll keep them straight. What we're doing, we're making garland. And it doesn't take long at all. Cut out one more, and then there. Then we will get the strip of garland, the long garland string out of the jute rope. My mind went blank, couldn't think of the word jute rope. Okay, now I'm just gonna measure out. I'm just taking probably 2 foot, well, 3 foot by 3 foot, so that's 6, because I'm going to need 3 on each side. And first I'm going to tie a little I'll show you. I don't know what to call these, little circles, hose. Put it on your finger. Make a knot. And that's so it can connect to the nail on your wall or whatever. See it right there. We're going to do the same to the other side. And I find putting it on your finger is the best way to make sure it forms. Okay, now take this in half. That way you know where to tie these. Because I just need 2 on each side. Really, if you buy a pack of these, you can put 2 on each side and 1 right in the center to make it 5. Now just tie this around your jute rope. 1 tie be good, but I'm going to double knot it. So there's 1. Now go about this far over, about a foot, maybe 15 inches over, and do the same thing. And you can trim this too once you get these knotted on here or tied on here. Now make sure okay. Now just go right above this one and do the other one. But make it backwards because when you open it up, they'll all be facing the same way. Now, as soon as I get finished with this and set it aside, I'm going to show you what I'm adding to the giveaway contest that I have going on. And all you have to do to enter it is to watch my videos, and if you would, click the like button. It really help my channel grow. But subscribe to my channel, hit the notification next to it so you won't miss any future uploads. And I'd really love to have you as part of my family here on YouTube. And leave me a comment letting me know that you subscribe to my channel, and that way I'll have your name to put into the giveaway drawing box. Once I reach 500 subscribers, I will do a drawing during a DIY and announce the winner. Okay, this is what the garland looks like so far, but I'll show you after I'm finished it hanging up. Okay, this is what I'm adding to the giveaway box today. Okay, now let's get back with the books, I should say. Let me see if it's dry. Well, it's not, so I'm going to pause this and I'll be right back once it dries. Okay, now that this is dry, get a little bit of burnt umber and a real small brush. Yeah, there you go, you can see it. And I'm just going to tip this slightly over on its side, and every ending where it was glued, the top and the bottom, just slowly brush some burnt umber through there to make it look like the end of each book. Just get a little bit on your paintbrush and go slow and just slowly brush it on there, and do that all the way around, top and bottom. And I'll show you this line here. It's okay if it's not straight. Nothing's perfect, and this is my first time I've made one of these, so bear with me. I'm learning just like you are. Just slowly. And then do that all the way around. Okay, while we're waiting on the book to dry, and we're gonna work on this little gnome stand. that was in the Crafter Square section at my Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use red for the hat, and pink fuchsia for the stars. If I can get it out. For the stars and for his clothing. So I'm just going to use this paintbrush. I'm going to paint the hat first. And just do nice even strokes. I do the trim first. Just take your time. And see how that's all frayed there at the end? I'm going to pitch that one and get a different paintbrush. Nice and straight at the end. Yeah, it's going on better. Just paint around the stars. And I'll use a smaller paintbrush to get in around these stars that are painted on. But just take your time and paint yours whatever color you want. Let me know if you have one of these, because when I seen this, I didn't even know they had them. It must be something new. It's got to be. It doesn't say on the sign, on the label, but it's got to be something new. I'm just putting several coats on. I want to get a small paintbrush now and do around these stars. So just take your time. And just go straight down and over. Sorry if I'm quiet during this. I have to concentrate and pay attention to my hand. My muscles, they jerk sometimes. And sometimes I'm doing something, I'll go like that. It's in my wrist too. Supposed to wear those wrist things with the metal wires, but I can't do it all the time, and when I'm doing my crafts, because it restricts my movement. Okay, that's what that looks like. Just checking it for lines. Now I'm going to go ahead and paint down here. if you have one of these, let me know what color you're painting yours. That's tricky down in there. You really need a smaller paintbrush than what I'm using. Now I have to use that small one to get down in there. And on the other side. Okay, now I want to paint the base pink. And the back. Okay. Now I want to paint the beard. Looking for my white. Here it is. Just a little. Just holding it to keep it still. Now his nose, I'm keeping the color wood because I don't have nothing that I can think of that would look good. It's that natural color. I don't like that brush. I'm going to have to go through my brushes and get rid of a bunch of them. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, it's gliding on real good. And it picked up some of the red. That can be fixed. I'm just taking the back of the brush, wiping it off, getting it dry. I'll get you some white. And make sure you come up with it at the end. And it went right over it. Now, just be very careful so you don't do that. See, like I said, I'm still learning. I just have a little bit right there left. pink. I have to go over the pink again because I got white on it. But it's all fixable. So I don't mind showing my mistakes on camera if it helps teach somebody to avoid them, or that it's okay to make mistakes. Okay, I'm just putting my brushes together. Now I'm using a small brush, a real small one, to paint these stars, and they're fuchsia. Just go up and down. Follow the line of the star. And there's one. Okay. And the big star. Okay, okie dokie, we're done with this one. Looky, I think it's cute. Okay, I'm going to set him aside and let him dry while we fix the book. Let me just move everything out of the way. Here's the book. Now, what we're going to do is figure out which you want as your front and your back. And this I want as my front. And I have these alphabet stickers. I'm going to put XOXO here. Once I figure out how to open these stickers. Okay, let's see, find the X. Here's an X. Trying to figure out how big they are. Okay, they're real small. These came from the Dollar Tree. But we're going to go X. O. Another X. And another O. Now for this one, there's these stickers, and I have these stickers. Down here, I'm just going to put love. And I think I have one of these already open. No, this one's the one that's already open. And I'm doing the pink. And then in the center, and you can take a ruler and make sure that's straight. Mine's a little crooked, cockeyed right there. And I'm going to use a heart right here. Now, take some ribbon, any kind of ribbon that you want. And just set this straight. Figure out how long you need it. Just, okay. Bring the other side up too. What we're going to do is tie a bow. As tight as you can get it. Make sure it's even on both sides. Okay, now this one, let's trim the edge off. I'm just going to go at an angle. And then on this one, we'll go at an angle this way. Okay. Fluff your bow. And this one is finished. Okay. Now the last two were these. So in one, I laid them over here. We're going to put you want to see first how this looks with these down in there. Yes, we're going to put some of these. Well, no, we're going to put some flowers. Put a few flowers and some baby breath if you have it. Okay, I can't find my baby breath. Give me 1 second. Okay, I found my baby breath. Just stick some right in there. And then I found some more of these little blue flowers. They're from the Dollar Tree. I forget what they're called. And just stick a little bit more baby breath in it. Okay, here's this one. Now on this one, this is just a greenery piece that was left over last year. And I'm just sticking it right in right there with this piece of baby breath. down in there. Alright, well, that's it for today's DIYs. I hope you enjoyed them. I know it was a long video, but first time I've done any of these. I didn't do any in practice. Let me know if you like them or if you plan on doing some of your own. And I'll see you next time. Bye.